Moving on to the training of the zealots. In the method of train zealots, our method uses our build order manager again. It uses the build order manager to get what is the next build in what's like the next build. Afterwards, if our AI looks and like there aren't any other builds we need, and we have enough materials, the AI will start training more zealots. In addition to that, if all the units are Protoss, and we do have the prerequisites of the build order manager, we will continue training zealots. After the training is done, we will most likely go start with attacking. Here we are showcasing our attack with zealots method. Firstly, our AI makes sure that zealots are available in our base, and counts them and it counts the zealots to make sure that there are sufficient amount. After the zealots start attacking a base that was already scouted, if the zealots themselves find themselves to get outnumbered by the enemy team, they will retreat. When attacking, the attacking strategy that our zealots go by is that if they see any enemies, chances are they will attack the enemies first, and then afterwards they will continue attacking their buildings. If by the off chance there were any more enemies that showed up, the AI will stop attacking the buildings and continue attacking the actual enemies themselves. Moving on to our demonstration, here we wanted to show off our scouting. Here, here we wanted to show off the ability of our AI scouting. This will be shown off by the following video. Moving on to our attack strategy, we will demonstrate how this works by the following video. After these videos, we would like to discuss what we did not get to finish in this project. Mineral extension was one of the main things we were looking to work at. However, we couldn't get to finish it due to the time constraint, and we preferred working on the attack strategy and defending, etc. Uh, if we definitely had more time, we could develop a better attacking strategy, since our strategy is basically rushing into the enemy as quick as possible. One of the main ideas we wanted to implement is trapping the enemy within their areas within the choke point. However, we did not get to implement this. In addition to that, we couldn't figure out how to save building locations, since our bot used to sit idle after eliminating all the enemy units. We tried to work out that bug, however, we weren't able to. So we did a few games of testing, and what we managed to get out of this testing is that our AI struggles with Zergs. It only wins about 40% of the games it plays against Zergs. However, when it comes to both Terran and Protoss, our AI works a little better, with about 60% of the games won. With all that said, our win-to-loss ratio is about 55%. Moving on to the strengths and the weaknesses of our bot. As previously mentioned before, from our AI testing, it is very apparent that our AI suffers against Terrans. It does okay most of the time against Zergs and Protoss. This is because our AI mainly sends attack means to the enemy whenever it can. It does not help because Terran units always defeat them in a one-on-one combat scenario. However, this tactic worked very well against the Zergs and Terrans. In addition to that, another weakness we saw is another weakness was our attacking units would sit idle after eliminating all the enemies if one of the buildings was not destroyed, and this also happened if there was no units available. This would force the user to interact and manually destroy the building. Moreover, scouting and the rushing attack strategy was a strength point, as they were well executed and they did not have any issues with any of them while testing. Our key strategy was, however, was that we tried to rush as quick as possible so that the other race wouldn't have time to build defenses, and that was an issue because whenever a game takes a bit longer, our bot suffers. Coming to the end of this presentation, we definitely enjoyed doing this project. We do believe that our AI is somehow successful against Zergs and Protoss. However, as mentioned said before, it does struggle in some points. However, the win rate was about 60% with minimal bugs and crashes. Looking back at the project, if we had more time, we would definitely have worked on either a different attacking strategy or adjusted it to better suit fighting Terrans. Maybe even use a better build algorithm or try to capitalize on like every building of the game and extend mineral farming.